Hi, my name is Tayten Tredaway, and today we're going to be talking about my career interview and specifically the IT business. So, the position that I interviewed for is a project manager in computers and information technology. Obtaining a job in IT can be very challenging, but the outcome is above and beyond. And the person that I interviewed stressed that very hard, and he takes that to heart. So we'll be talking about the salary ranges, the requirements, and what it takes. The salary is usually between $60,000 and $75,000. The majors are computer information systems, stack management, database coordination, and maintenance. The person that I interviewed, he did take these courses in while he was in college, and he says he used almost every bit of information from that stuff, so that was very, very important. He talked about his day. So a typical day in the life of an IT employee is that a lot of communication is involved. Working with his team and his employees, doing meetings constantly. It's very important to know that all your team is doing their role, and everybody is kind of working towards the same goal, and so it flows nice and smooth. So a little bit more about who I interviewed. His name is Tyler Smith. He is an account manager. His experience in the field, he's been an account manager for 4 years. And he loves it. He loves every second of it. Whenever I was interviewing him, he said he wouldn't change it for the world. So a little bit more about Tyler. He is a family friend of mine. He actually did coach my little league baseball team a long time ago. And ever since then, I've looked up to him, mostly because of his leadership skills and just who he was as a person. He never took no for an answer, and I just knew that his future was bright, and especially in the IT world, in the business world, he's always had interest in computers and technology his whole life. So he's always wanted to do that, and I'm not surprised at all that he's in this industry, and he is very successful in it as well. So why he went for this job, it's pretty simple. I mean, he wanted to get into software. He wanted to create his own software. He wanted to learn how to code. That's always been his goal. He's always found it really, really interesting. And it's very, very useful in like the business world. And learning how to do this kind of stuff, it can only help a business, and it can only go up from there. So the certain things I learned about this career, like I said earlier, it takes a lot of communication, and it's definitely very, very stressful with the amount of meetings that you have and the times you have to go in the office. Very, very long hours. He has constant meetings with his employees, and he just tries to keep up and stay ahead on the projects that they're working on, because they can be very, very complicated, and if somebody's not doing their part, it could go south very, very fast. I also know that the more people you know, the better, especially in the business world. Picking, each other's brains off of certain ideas, it can definitely create a bond there, and moving forward with projects in the future, it can only help you. So, in conclusion, I've experienced what it is, the average day in the life of an IT employee. We've talked about the salaries and the benefits and the requirements that it takes to get into this field. I've also learned that Mr. Smith, he is on the road to being a manager in this field, and he is getting close. He's been in it for 4 years, so it can be a very pleasant experience, especially due to the fact that you are at home, or you can choose to be in the office whatever time. It's very, very flexible. There are times where you have to go in the office and meetings with your team, and that also builds relationships with your fellow employees. This is definitely a career that I would recommend getting into, and I'm very, very interested in it. So for my sites, Tech Target is where I learned about pretty much IT as a whole, the whole entire career field, and Tech Terms. It pretty much gave me the information of like the communication and stuff like that with teams and all that. So thank y'all for being here. I appreciate it.